This is the 10-minute brief, and what you're about to hear might change how you see everything. It begins not with a declaration of war, but with a change in atmospheric pressure. A storm system, gathering force, setting its sights on the most densely populated corridor in the United States. This isn't just bad weather. This is a full-scale assault on a modern metropolis. And the response is a battle against the elements. Subscribe to the 10-minute brief and never look at conflict the same way again. The front line materializes in the skies over the northeast. Heavy rain, flash flooding, and damaging winds up to 50 miles per hour, the equivalent of a sustained artillery barrage on an urban landscape. Major airports issue ground stops. The Air Force of civilian travel is grounded. Over 1,000 flights canceled. Nearly 6,000 delayed. The logistics of a nation are thrown into chaos. On the ground, the scene is one of surreal devastation. Time-lapse video shows the storm rolling into New York City like an advancing army, the top of the Empire State Building disappearing into the clouds. In Brooklyn, drivers and pedestrians are suddenly wading through knee-deep water. The evening rush hour becomes a desperate evacuation. The subway system, the lifeblood of the city, is breached. Water pours into the stations. This is a failure of infrastructure under siege. In Hoboken, New Jersey, neighborhoods are underwater. Highways are washed out, becoming impassable rivers. The human stories emerge from the chaos. A child carried away from a flooded car in Bayonne, New Jersey. A rescue operation in the midst of a flash flood. It's a single, powerful image of vulnerability in the face of overwhelming force. The wind acts as a weapon of mass disruption. In Queens, a massive tree, snapped at the roots, lands directly on a Jeep. Residents are stunned, describing the power with the only words that fit. It was like a tornado. Trees crash down on overhead wires, shutting down transit lines. The power grid, another critical system, begins to fail. So, what is the strategy when your enemy is the weather? It's a battle of logistics and resilience. First responders become frontline troops, rescuing those trapped by the rising waters. The mission is one of triage and assessment, navigating a shattered landscape on a case-by-case basis. But this battle is fleeting. The storm moves on, from Philadelphia to New York, from Hartford to Boston, and into New England. In its wake, it leaves a blustery, damaged landscape for Halloween, an eerie calm after the storm. The immediate crisis passes, but the lesson remains. We build our cities, our networks, our societies, believing them to be permanent. But it doesn't take a foreign army to bring them to a halt. Sometimes the most powerful enemy is one we can't negotiate with. It's a force of nature that reveals the thin line between order and chaos, between a functioning city and an urban battlefield. This battle is over. But the war against the elements never ends. Thanks for watching the 10-minute brief, where history isn't just told, it's felt.